All right, I think
People like to see our little
our banter.
Yeah.
Well, they won't know about it unless they join Patreon, huh?
Yeah. I mean, we ain't even started yet. We're about to get started now.
Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
Welcome to the Application of Knowledge podcast. I am Animated Male. We have Chris James in the building, Stephen Michael, and we are on episode 116. I mean, you know what I mean? Man. How we doing? No, nigga, no. It's not every week. It's not every week. How the fuck we doing?
How we doing?
What's the vibe?
How was your weekend? What'd you do last week? Nobody cares.
Damn.
You alright, man?
Why are you upset, man?
Nobody cares.
This is cry for help.
Yeah, this. Are
no
you
one
alright?
cares about our week.
You alright, man?
No one.
Chris, how was your week?
You
man?
suffering in silence?
I'm not suffering from anything.
Hey, we here for you.
I had a great week. No,
we've been down.
I don't know.
Since we was 14, cuz.
Damn.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was 14. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know you for 38 years.
Yeah,
What's up? If you need to talk.
Hey, we here for you, man.
That's what's up.
I know you be on your manly macho shit, yeah.
Nobody cares. Damn.
No one tell me what to do, big boss dog. Yeah, me.
All right, let me ask you, since y'all watch the comments, who comments when Mel says, "How was your week?" and people are like, "Dang, that's what's up." Who comments on that?
Who cares about?
I'm asking a question.
That particular.
I'm asking a question. Can
a
you
lot
answer
of
the
people.
question?
A lot of people.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. A lot of people, they are entertained. They don't specifically be like,
okay,
see what's up with their week.
What's up with your week?
But niggas like to understand the podcasters and who are not always talking about this popular shit that's happening in the world.
We always tell them
our lives are much different and intricate than the shit that's happening out in the
all
society.
right, well,
that you can go any other channel and get a review
Let's just talk about our life then.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. Let's do it, nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
what'd you do this week?
What I do?
Yeah, what exciting things happened?
Hey, where were you at yesterday?
Oh, you got specific time zones.
I mean, bro. I be watching.
What you be watching?
I be watching y'all.
What did I do yesterday?
I don't know. You were gone all day.
I went to.
He can never.
Oh, I went to a tournament.
Should have been right. It should have been fresh. It was yesterday.
It's always like, wait, what did I do?
Yes, nigga, I have to recalculate. You know what I mean?
It wasn't even 24 hours.
For me to, I did a lot yesterday. I have to think where I started.
What were you doing? What did you do before you came downstairs? What were you doing before you came downstairs?
Today?
Yeah.
I was watching a Joe Budden podcast.
See how quick that came out?
I knew you were watching a podcast. I knew it.
Yeah, because it was yesterday, and it was today. And it was only one thing. Mm-hmm. And also, I was sleeping for a little bit. I was like, nigga,
getting a little nap in.
I don't need to hear about you sleeping.
Yeah, man.
What'd you do today? Well, first I slept.
Well, you asked, but no, I went to a video game tournament, Tekken.
Did you play?
Yeah.
Did you get that work?
I got whooped.
Tekken 8, the new one.
Yeah.
Who are you maining?
Raven.
That's the
karate nigga.
He kind of look like Blade.
Yeah,
he
okay.
Kind of resembles Blade.
I never played it, but I watched
He literally is Blade.
Not really.
Mel, doesn't he have fangs?
No.
But he wears the black leather though.
He's a ninja.
But he wears the black leather.
No.
His old costume.
No. He has like white.
It was cotton.
Does he have the gun?
No,
nah, that's Victor.
sword.
Okay.
Victor has a gun.
Okay.
And Nina has a gun.
He's Blade, bro. He's
But-
Wesley Snipes.
He kind of, but he has gold hair.
Just like Law.
Well, they have to change.
He
things.
like the dude from. You ever seen Meteor Man?
Yeah.
Y'all remember Meteor Man?
Yeah.
That was my shit. But yeah, he kind of looks like Meteor Man. But yeah, I went to that tournament yesterday, and then afterwards went to get something to eat and did some drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Mel,
I didn't do a lot of drinking. I'm not really
you
a big
don't
drinker.
drink.
Well, I know, but
But
you don't be drinking at all.
That's out of character.
I do drink, but it has to be like some occasion.
Nah, you don't really drink.
Okay.
You know, and
you went out with people from the tournament after the tournament?
No, there was a woman that I went to the
Tournament with?
No, well, not with. She kind of met me up there, but afterwards we did our own thing.
So you went on a date?
I guess that's not really. I don't know. I guess
Women are very specific about what dates are.
I don't.
It's ridiculous what you have to do
Okay.
for it to count as a date to a woman.
Come on, Steve, about to be on some bullshit. Come on, Steve.
No, I just
Now,
want
he had that
to.
voice. He perceived me like, oh, okay.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Oh.
Let me. Well, what I was gonna say was,
Is there anything specific that you want to know, nigga?
no, kind of give us a little bit of a rundown of how that came about, and me and Chris will determine if it was a date or not.
I can tell you right now what I think. But go ahead.
I said, yo. I said, yo. We went to. I was just like, hey. There's a tournament that I'm going to. Like, you trying to kick it? We can kick it, but I got this tournament that we're about to go to. You trying to meet up?
So you asked her to come to the tournament. She came to the tournament.
He cordially invited her to the tournament.
I mean, because
Did she play video games?
Nah.
Oh,
Nah,
so she came to support you.
It's a date, bro.
I mean, not really. I mean, she was there. They got it. The thing is, like, I don't like support like that. It's a different level of support that I need.
You don't
I'm
want
not
a
asking.
cheerleader.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
nigga.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't say she was a cheerleader.
Hey, and forgive me, y'all, for saying nigga. Like, I just can't help it. I'm with my
Really?
niggas.
Did somebody say something?
You gonna
Not
let
necessarily say anything, but I mean,
gonna let
there's
what
one of
other
our
people-
supporters out there who rocks with us.
They didn't like it.
She's not a fan of the vulgar language.
The funny thing is that I saw multiple people who were like, "I like you guys."
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
different. Like seeing us in our. This is our day to day.
It's our element, man. We ain't trying to impress nobody. You don't fuck with yeah. But I'm saying, like, we like to keep it 100, you know. But also, if you're out in other countries,
Wait, Steve, which version of us do they like? The edited version or the unedited version?
the unedited.
I mean, this is the unedited version of us.
Mel just said he's gonna edit himself.
No, I'm not editing us.
Okay, that's
I'm
not what
just
he- that's not
letting
what he
this
said.
Literally what he said.
That's not what he said.
The one particular woman know that, hey, you know what I mean?
I'm
Did you
gonna
say
keep
you were gonna-
using the word, but I don't want to use it. But I'm gonna.
I'm not gonna not be me.
Okay.
But I do acknowledge that if someone rocks with us, they rock with us. If they can't handle some vulgar language, my apologies, but I can't not be me.
Is
You
that
feel me?
vulgar language?
No, just like if we curse. I'm like, man, fuck that. That's some bullshit. You know, that type shit.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'll be sorry. I'll see I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm just saying. But I want to acknowledge that we acknowledge that, and I can do better. But if I feel the urge to say something, I'm not going to hold back. I want to give you my authentic self. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because there's other platforms that you have to jump and be all PC. Hey man, I'm not living my life with no edit button.
Well, I think that there's a time and a place for certain things, and you can be very professional. But then, of course, this is a more laid-back setting where we're just having conversation about particular topics, and you get to see more of an in-depth version of ourselves. Both of them are authentic.
Yeah.
They're just different.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I just don't want to walk around with an edit button. You know what I mean? So that's
No, I would not. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, tournament, have fun.
So you don't like cheerleaders, but you do like support.
I like support, but I don't want it to be like that. Like if I lost, because I did lose, I don't want it to be that. Oh, you get them next time. No,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
No, nigga, it's now, right now. I'm playing right now. I just lost right now. That is not going to make me feel better. That piss me off.
Yeah.
Like, you're better off not saying anything.
Okay.
Don't say anything. Just don't say anything. I don't like it. That stuff pissed me off.
Wow.
I mean, I can understand it's competition,
Yeah.
right? Like, I don't want to. I mean, I don't.
You are the most competitive person I know.
Well, yeah, and no one would want that. We don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Like I've played football games. We lost our state championship. The last thing I wanted to hear was, "Man, you guys had a great season." I don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
I lost. Like we're hurting.
Like, shit.
none of that. Like just.
I'd rather you not say anything because there's literally nothing that you're going to say.
If anything, I'm gonna come on your side and be like, "Hey, man, they was cheating. They was spamming. They was doing like." You
I don't
know what
like
I mean?
that. I don't like that either. I mean, I understand that, but like if I lost, I don't want to be like, yeah, they was spamming. No, they won because they played better than me.
Me personally,
maybe
I'll
they-
say you got that work. I'll say that you know, like I'm gonna tell you how I saw it.
Like damn, he whooped your ass.
I mean, maybe they were spamming though.
In
Yeah,
tournaments,
I personally don't like even like if y'all because y'all play Call of Duty or these more shooting games. I don't care if people spam. If they spam, they do it.
That's their strategy.
They're exploiting the advantages that you get in a video game.
Experience.
I'm completely okay with that. You know, is it annoying? Yes. Do you be like, man, this is all they do? Yes. But they're not doing anything that's cheating because it's in the game to be played this particular way. And there's particular characters and different weapons and different things that you can utilize to capitalize this. And there's ways to get around it. If it doesn't, some things don't mess with your playstyle. And a lot of things don't mess with my playstyle, so I won't do it. But I'm okay with that. I'll just have to get better. But
You know what? They need a fatigue bar.
a fatigue bar.
Yeah, because in real life,
Niggas get tired. Yeah.
niggas get tired. I can't just shoot fireballs infinitely. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you Goku.
Eventually, I'm going to run out of steam. I'm gonna have to take a break. I'm gonna have to gather my energy. I'm gonna have to charge. I'm gonna have to get me more energy. Like
I think that a lot of games are like that today, but with fighting games, it's a little different.
they have energy bars, but they don't have a fatigue bar. So, for example, a fatigue bar would mean that your kick is not as crisp, or maybe it doesn't do as much damage, or you can't recover as quickly. It's not like if you tech out, you know, on Street Fighter, when somebody try to grab you, maybe you're in the air, they grab you, you tech out, you just crisp, you know what I'm saying? Maybe instead of just crisp cut, you fall to the ground or something. You know what I mean? Like you're fatigued, and I think that. You know, fight one, you know, maybe it goes a regular amount of time. You don't really see fatigue. Fight two, depending on how long it is, you might see some fatigue. Fight on the third round, because y'all are going back and forth. Somebody done won, somebody done lost. And now y'all are both tired.
You want to really?
That's definitely a huge wrinkle in a fighting game.
It is.
I'm not saying I'm against it.
It would add a cool layer to it. Because then you really want to knock niggas out in the first 2 rounds.
I ain't trying to fight to be real.
Even if you are a professional boxer, they do it in boxing. So they got the mechanics for it.
Boxing game, but
Right.
if I'm playing a fighter game where cats is flying and bringing in dragons, I don't want no fatigue bar. Like,
I get
I'm
what
tired.
you're saying. I'm just saying it'd be cool. I think certain games like Tekken and, you know.
Yeah, they already add new mechanics and stuff like that. But
So back to, because I don't want to go. I don't want to get too far off topic.
Date stuff. Go ahead.
So you invite her to support you and enjoy
It's not support me, but
okay,
you know.
enjoy the tournament with you.
Yeah.
Okay, at the end of the tournament? What happens after that?
Like, all right, let's bounce. We can leave. Let's bounce. What you trying to do? All right. Let's go get something to eat. Mm-hmm. Cool. We'll get something to eat. You trying to do? All right. Let's get some drink. All right. Get some drink.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. You know what I mean? All right. What we doing after that? All right. Let's go back to the crib. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But to lay them guts. You feel me?
Is that actually what happened, or are you just talking?
Come on, man. What we doing? You know, I keep it 100 over here. What we talking about, baby?
Okay, so
50 plus 50. You know what I mean?
I mean, to me, it sounds like it was a date.
That sounds like a date.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Whatever.
See, this is the thing about dates. Everybody got their own idea of what a date is. Why can't we just use the definition?
What is the definition?
Steven, would you like to meet at 3 o'clock to go do XYZ? Yes, Chris, I'll meet you at 3 o'clock to do XYZ. That's a date.
You don't think that going from let's go do one event, if let's say we're in a group of people, then as that whatever something happens, and then as the day progresses, we decide to go do something together, and then we end up going out to eat together, and then we end up going to have drinks together, and then we end up going back to my house. You don't think that changed from just hanging out to now it transformed into a date?
No, it's just spontaneity.
Okay, so you're saying that what makes it a date is the intention in the initial, I want to go out with you with the intent to get to know you potentially romantically.
No.
So then what is it?
The elements. It's so more simple than that. When he said, "Hey, I'm going to a tournament. Do you want to come?" That's a date. Period. And what they do after that is just I don't have to say, okay, after this, we're going to do that. And then after that, we're going to do this in order for it to be a date. It was the initial invitation and the accepting of the invitation that made it a date. Now, had he gone and he met her there, that's different. That's not a date. You just out and you met a girl.
I feel like you just switched what you were saying.
No, I did.
Because I feel like initially you were taking Mel's side and saying it wasn't a date. And then I feel like you switched and said it was a date because he invited her.
I said, Steven, let's go to XYZ at 3 o'clock. Steven says, okay, I'll be there. Then I said, Mel, he invites the girl. I'm going to be at this tournament at XYZ.
You said it's not a date. That's spontaneous.
Said
you said it's being spontaneous.
Bro, what are we doing?
Where'd I get spontaneous from?
Because you were talking about the evolution of the night.
Okay, so I used the evolution to make my argument that it was a date.
I'm saying it's a date. I've been saying it's a date.
Okay.
I've been saying it was a date from the beginning. You thought I was backing up Mel saying it wasn't a date, and I've been saying from the beginning it was a date.
Did I say it wasn't a date?
I didn't even hear you say that.
I didn't necessarily. I don't know. I didn't necessarily consider it a date.
You did.
I didn't.
Well, then there you go.
I don't consider it a date.
Your position.
That's what you said. So it's not a date to you.
I don't consider it.
That's what you. Okay, that means you're saying it's not a date.
It's not a date.
But just because I consider it a date,
Oh my God.
it doesn't mean that the actual act is not a date.
Bro,
So let me.
two people decide to go and do something at a time. It's a date.
So what if
I'm just saying. I didn't consider
what
it,
if
'cause
what if
I know her already. You know what I mean?
what if there were two people that were I don't know, let's say strangers, and they ended up going out to eat, right?
We end up going out to eat.
Okay, so let's say in a professional setting, okay, and let's just say it's you and another girl, and it's her first day at work, right? And I'm going. She needs a ride somewhere, right? And I'm like, well, I'm going to lunch.
Is she cute? Because I ain't
Yes.
just take. Okay.
Yes, she's cute.
Okay.
So let's say I'm going. Let's say I'm going to lunch, right? And she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm getting off work. I'm going to go home, and I'm not driving, whatever, yada yada yada." And I say, "Okay, well, I'll take you home." Right? So I'm taking her home, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna stop and grab lunch real quick. Do you want to come?" She's like, "Oh, sure. I'll come get something to eat because I'm off work." So then let's say that I then eat, she eats, right? Initially, we were gonna get the food to go. Let's say that we end up staying and we eat the meal. I pay for it, even though she offers. I pay, right? And then,
Nigga, you got borderline intentions, huh?
well, I'm asking, right? So then after all that, I end up taking her home, right? Everything is all good. I go back to work, okay? I then later text her and I tell her, "Hey, you know what? I know that wasn't a date, but I'd like to take you out on another date sometime." Right?
That's a contradicting statement.
It is, but so would you consider that to be a date?
You didn't plan it, right? It was a meeting.
In my head as the man, I knew that I was trying to talk to her, right? I knew what I was doing. She wasn't intentionally going on a date, but I was just like,
Is that considered a date? It wasn't. I don't know. Dates are typically planned,
are they?
right? Typically.
I mean, did you plan that date yesterday?
Yes, because he said.
yeah.
would
I
you-
No, you planned the tournament. Did you plan dinner and drinks and?
I didn't necessarily plan them. Like, hey, like we're going to go here after this. You know, we decided what we wanted to do afterwards. You know.
Let me explain something.
Wait, we can move on. But what do you guys? Is that considered a date?
Yes. Let me explain something. A date. The problem is you guys. Everyone uses the word date as if it has one meaning. That's the problem.
So break it down for us.
Let's look up the definition of
A
gonna
date
do that too. I was waiting for him to answer.
is a social or a romantic engagement. It does not have to mean I'm getting to know you
Well,
for the
technically-
purposes of getting involved with you.
It's the day of the month.
No, that's one definition.
or technically,
Or a
it's
specific number.
It's a fruit.
It's a sweet fruit. Social or romantic. Nigga, did you just look at this definition? You said it verbatim. You a fucking dictionary.
I've been known
He
to
said every word.
Was it?
No one gets the exact definition of the word.
Read it again for the people.
A social or romantic appointment or engagement. This nigga said every word specifically.
I've been known what a date is. I've had this conversation before.
So then a lot of things can be a date.
Yes. But the thing is, people don't define, when they say date, no one's defining it.
I call it a friend date.
Whatever. That's fine. But like if me and a girl go out, if I don't, let's say it's spontaneous. Let's say that I get some time and I'm like, hey, what are you up to today? And she's like, nothing. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You want to go get some ice cream? That's not a date because we didn't plan it ahead of time. It was like in her eyes. A girl be like, that wasn't a date. Some girls would be like, it was a date. But a lot of girls be like, that wasn't a date. You know
I would consider that a date.
It's a date. It's a date. Like, you can say we didn't go on a romantic date.
So they're thinking romantically. It's at nighttime and it's like I'm getting dressed up.
I'm getting makeup on.
It's all
bro.
this.
And look, by the way, I don't understand why women downplay that because that's day to day. Like that's
day to day.
It's going out for ice cream spontaneously.
Ice cream specifically, or just doing a random thing.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's let it be.
You not knowing ahead of time.
Italian ice.
Not planning it, not putting on makeup, and not putting on fancy clothes. It's just, hey, what are you up to? Okay, I'm about to swing by, get you, go get some ice cream.
Yeah.
Like that's day to day.
See, this is how you can tell where we're at in the world and with relationships, because so many people are used to being in situationships. They really don't truly know what a healthy relationship looks like. So like when you're in a healthy relationship and let's say you don't live together, that is something that the man would normally do, or the woman would normally do. Like, hey, what are you doing? Right? Oh, nothing. I'm just chilling. Are you off today? Okay, great. Well, I'm going to swing by and pick you up. Let's go get something to eat. Or let's go.
45 minutes away. Ain't no swing by.
I mean, you can swing by anywhere, right? I mean, as long as it's not, as long as you're not getting on a plane, train, automobile, like that's a swing by. Like, that means I'm coming right now. That like, hey, I'm going to the mall. I'm going to swing by and pick you up. Yeah. Like we're hanging out. It's a date.
Go run errands with me.
But these are what your relationship is gonna look like.
Could you go on a run errand trip with a person?
Could I?
Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
I go on it.
Yeah. You mean I'm the one just attached to the errand runner?
Yeah. Like she's saying like, hey, I'm about to go to I need to go grocery shopping. You want to come grocery shopping with me or something?
Could I?
That's not running errands. That's going grocery shopping.
Wait, what was your? Ask your question again.
Well, like if someone was to run an errand, like if they want to run an errand and they'd be like, "Hey, would you want to join me? Tag along?" Would that be something you're interested in?
Sure.
Okay, you said one errand. Because there's a difference between going to run errands or going to run a errand.
Okay. I would.
I'm
asking both. Which one?
No, you're not.
Would you be okay with one errand?
I would be okay
if there's multiple. You'd be like, nah.
No, what do I look like?
Wait, hold on a second. This is a girl that we're talking to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't got time to be going running errands with you.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm just keeping it real.
If you're trying to if you met a girl and you're trying to get to know her, and it's a Saturday afternoon. And let's say that you don't, or a Sunday, and this is your day off or whatever, and you don't have anything to do. And she's like, hey, like, I'm in your area. Like, I have some errands to do. Like, I got to go here, I got to go here, and I got to go here. Like, I'm in your area. Do you want me to, I'll pick you up. You want to come hang out?
No, I don't like being a passenger.
Yeah.
Is it, okay, so let's say that you don't want to be the passenger. Well, then you'll drive her. And then you'll run the errands with her. So is it now okay or no? Not okay.
Yeah.
Right? Like you. I feel like that's worse.
No,
but I understand what you're saying.
No. You need to understand me. I hate riding with people. I don't like the way people drive. Like they drive too slow. They sit behind other cars. I have like road rage.
I understand.
So part of the whole time that we're running errands and having fun, I'm like, man, hurry up, like move, get on.
Let's say that in the same scenario, you know that you don't like driving with people. You say, well, listen, how about this? Instead of you driving, just hop in my car and then we'll go run your errands. Would you be okay with that, or still no?
How many errands is it?
3.
No. If I literally have nothing to do,
it's your day.
This is such a weird hypothetical. Sure, but
he's being time efficient.
Who, me?
Yeah. It's like I don't got time to be wasting the hour, 3 hours on you to pick up shit that has nothing to do with anything that I care about.
Hold on a second. Let's wait a second. This is a girl that you have met, and you are actively trying to get to know. You're interested in her, and you're actively trying to get to know her. You're telling me that on a day, on a Sunday at 4 o'clock, and you have hours. This is your free time. You don't have anything to do. We all have free time at some point in our day. You don't have anything to do. And she wants to come hang out with you, but it's like, well, I have things to do. I need to run errands. Do you want to come spend time with me while I do this? You're going to say no?
Yes.
Chris?
I said there's a limit to it.
3 errands.
I don't know how much time that is.
Okay, it may take 2 hours. It's 3 errands. She needs to go to Target. She needs to go to the hair supply store.
Is this going to be a regular thing?
This I don't know. This is a scenario.
You're the one coming up with this super hyper specific.
It's really not that hyper specific.
You've
never had a girl ask you to come run errands with you. No, have you ever asked a girl to run errands with you?
What may have happened is I'm already spending time with her. Like we're already together, and I'm like, yo, I got to run a couple errands, but not. I've never been at home and been like, okay, I got 4 things on my to-do list. I'm getting to know this girl. Ring. Hey, I got 4 things to do. I'm gonna come pick you up. You can come do them with me. No, I've never done that.
If they are near her house and where you're going is out towards her, and then you happen to be in her area, like, oh, yo, such and such lives out here.
I mean, I'm just
let me hit her up and see if she wants to kick it.
This is a very specific.
I don't feel like it is.
How many times have you done this?
Would you do this?
How many times have you done this?
I've done it once because it's come up once.
One time in
it's
your
come
entire
up once.
life, bro.
It's come up once.
You know how rare that is?
It's okay. Well, that's what. How many times it's come up?
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like this, so that doesn't make it a super specific scenario. You've done it one time in 30 plus years.
It's not that. I mean, I'm sure that if I really think about it, I've run errands with girls before.
It ain't really happened.
Okay, well, I think that it very easily could happen, especially as you start dating and get older, because people get busy and they only have nets of time.
Here's my problem. This scenario leads me to believe that this girl runs errands. This is what she does. No, seriously, because this is like so specific. For this to even happen, this is like a thing for her. Because I'll see people say, "Oh, I just like to run errands with the guy." You know what I'm saying? So some people, that's their thing, right? People be having errands and they like to be a passenger princess. I'm not being anybody's passenger princess. It's not happening.
So the reason I brought this up is because we're talking about these random dates. Hey, we want to get ice cream. That's a day to day.
Yeah.
When you are actively in a relationship with somebody, that is what dating looks like.
Sure.
Right. So what's the difference between being in a relationship and now you're looking to get to know somebody potentially for a relationship and not actively doing that?
It'd be different if we were already together. I've done that countless times.
I would absolutely do that.
It's not about not doing it. I'm not going to do that. It's not something that's not something that's desirable for me. It's very rare that I get free time. I probably don't want to do it sitting in somebody's car, getting road rage. Like that's not desirable to me. If we're gonna spend 2 hours together, I would rather us go and do something fun.
Okay, well then what if you've been trying to get together with this girl and she's busy, you're busy, right? It's not that you guys don't have time, it's your schedules are just a little wonky. And you've been talking, and this is what she has. Hey, I know you've been busy, I know I've been busy. I'm going to be in your area for 2 hours. I need to go to Target. I need to go get some hair because I'm doing this woman's hair and I need to get something to eat. You're going to say, this is my free time. I don't want to do this.
No, I'm just saying that the scenario that you're coming up with is so specific. It wouldn't be that. It would be someone who does this on a regular basis.
What does it matter if she does it on a regular basis? You just met her.
It matters because I don't create standards I'm not going to maintain.
So you're saying that you would not, if this is like, I'm really trying. I'm not trying to push you into a corner.
Yes, you are.
I genuinely am not. I'm really trying to understand.
Okay.
If I have met someone and I've been dating and gone on dating websites, and sometimes I'm busy, she's busy, and we have a hard time getting together for the first, second, third date, whatever.
It's not gonna work.
A lot of times people are busy, but they make time for people then after they meet because now they're like, oh, I actually really kind of like this person.
That's really annoying to me, actually.
Okay, regardless.
I find women do that a lot, where they're so busy. It's really insane. You're so busy, you can't respond to a text. I mean, you go days without responding.
I'm not.
Then you meet me. No, let me finish. Then you meet me, you like me, or we talk on the phone, you like me, and now you're texting constantly. That is so disingenuous, because before you were too busy to respond. Now you're like, you've got all the time in the world. That's annoying to me.
This literally this girl that I've gotten like a number off the dating site. And bro, she'll respond to the message and she'll be like, yo, I really want to respond to this question and, to give it some deep thought and all this stuff. But, I'm just so busy and swamped, man. I'm just like, nigga, you could have just replied to the message with this message instead of telling me that you're busy.
Does she respond later, at least?
No. Well, she'll respond, but it has nothing to do with the question I originally asked.
So she never circles a block and actually responds?
And she'll respond maybe because I deleted my dating stuff.
Oh, because you're off the market now.
You're off the market.
No, don't listen to this.
I mean, you deleted your app.
I deleted it because it was
pissing you off.
It was a distraction, but also I'm just like, man, these women, it's the same thing. So I'm just like, whatever. But I had a girl who did the exact same thing, as far as just like literally takes weeks to respond, but sounds very interested, give these long answers, and then nothing. And
I hate that.
I'm just like, it is what it is. But, I'm not tripping.
Okay, well, before Chris took us off on the trail.
I can take us anywhere.
Yeah, you
said
did.
my piece. Then Mel added on his piece.
All right, we'll finish up your piece and we'll
move on.
Nah, fuck it, I'm done.
Talking about this.
All right.
All right.
You said you're fun. Done. All right, let's...
Y'all niggas is weird.
You're weird.
You're weird.
I'm not because
you're gonna be a passenger princess.
There's nothing wrong.
No,
there's absolutely nothing wrong with if you're getting to know someone and there's like this strain of time to go out with them just so you can get to know them and engage in conversation.
Like, do y'all not just hang out? Like, y'all don't just spend time? Like, how would you know what this person is like just on a day to day? If you don't spend that type of time
other way besides that?
Yeah, you don't need to.
What do you mean?
We don't gotta do that to get to know somebody.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Okay,
let's run errands so I can really get to know you.
The only way that I'm gonna get to know you is to run.
Hold on a second. Do you think that the way a woman presents themselves dating, even if you see her 3-4 times a week, is the same that she is on a normal day to day? Do you think that she's the same?
Is that what you got? It's just
It's a simple yes or no.
I'm just wondering where you got.
It's a simple yes or no.
No,
do you think she's the same?
No.
Do you think she's the same?
I do not.
Okay, so then wouldn't it make sense to try to get to know her more on what she's like on a day to day, and not just what she's like when you're going on dates?
It would make sense to see how she is in different avenues.
If you're like, I'm digging this girl and I'm trying to get to know her, why would you not want to put forth the effort to say, you know what, I got some time, let's hang out?
Yes, but all of that being said, specifically errands isn't going to be the deciding factor of getting to know every angle of this girl. Yes, going on an errand date will give you a different perspective. Yes, there wouldn't be a loss.
It's not about the date, it's the time together.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not going to consistently.
I didn't say consistent. I said I gave one scenario.
Okay, and I'm expounding.
Okay, go ahead.
It's like, if we want to do this one time, fine, cool.
Oh, so okay, it's good now.
Yes, because I don't like.
That's not what you said.
I don't like going on errands. Period. I don't even like doing errands my motherfucking self. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to volunteer. Hey, you're going on errands. All right, let's see you run fucking errands. I don't like shopping with women because they're very indecisive.
What's going to happen when you get married?
I'm not going to go shopping with them every fucking time.
What do you? I mean, what if she wants you to come shopping?
I'm not going shopping.
Okay, it doesn't have to be every time. What if she?
I'm not doing it unless I know she has a very hey, I know exactly what the fuck I want. Not all this window shopping.
That's not how women work.
Then I'm not doing it. I'm not doing
That's
something.
That's what her girlfriends are for.
Yeah, I'm not doing something I don't want to do. It's not happening.
Baby, you don't want to come out? We're going to the mall.
No. I know what I want. There's only 2 places that I want to go to the mall. All these other 45 other stores are specifically for women.
See, you know what?
What are we, like 17? The only time I'm going to the mall is to get girls because they go and chill at the mall.
You know what?
Are you opposed to these thoughts? What are your thoughts instead of being over here sighing?
Yeah. What are you?
No,
gonna do?
I mean,
You gonna go shopping with your woman?
let me give you a little bit of.
He's like, I actually went shopping with my.
Let me give you a little bit of experience, right?
I'm speaking from experience.
Okay, well, let me give you some experience from a man who has been married, who actively lived with a woman and understands how they do certain things. Well, I'm not. My marriage wasn't great. Yeah, my marriage failed. I'm divorced. Yada yada yada.
You don't necessarily need a marriage to understand how women work. It gives you the dichotomy of understanding that, you know, if you're around someone, there's certain things that you tolerate. You live with someone. When
you're with somebody and you are with them all the time, there are gonna be things that you're gonna have to do that you don't necessarily enjoy.
Nigga, yes,
Right,
I
of course.
that.
So then if she says, well, one of the things I want you to do is I want to go shopping.
I'm not going shopping with you.
Because we can spend time together.
That's not a time that we're going to spend
You
together.
live together.
What if we work 2 different shifts?
Different. If this is the only time to spend time together, I don't want to shop at the mall with you.
Okay, well, what if that's the time that she has? She works Monday through Friday, you work Monday through Friday, and during that time, you work different hours, and on Saturdays, this is the time that you have together, and she needs to go shopping, and she wants to spend time with you. You're not gonna go?
I will say I'm not gonna put a hard line in the sand and say that I'm not gonna go shopping with you because of our schedules. It doesn't align. I'm sure there will be a chance for us to be like, hey, let's spend some time together. But my thought wouldn't be like, why would we need to do that at the mall? That's not an intimate
That's
thing.
where she wants to go.
If your priority is to buy fucking clothes,
I didn't say intimate. I said that's something that she wants to do.
I don't want to.
I understand what Mel doesn't want to do.
I'm telling you, I'm not doing it. Like, there's not this.
That's crazy.
If we're in a relationship, there will be times where, like, okay, let's spend some time together. But for that to be an expectation of just going forward, going to the mall, it's not happening. It could probably happen twice out of the fucking year.
I'm using a mall as just a scenario.
Well, the mall is a bad scenario because I don't like shopping with women.
I'm talking. Okay, what if it's Target? What if it's the grocery store? Like, what if it's
Steven, what you're doing is you are creating these hyper.
It's not
specific.
That's not hyper specific.
Yes, you're saying that in a normal relationship, people got 2 different schedules. You're gone while she's home. You never get any time, and it's Saturday. She wants to go to the mall, and you got to go with her. Why are you in a relationship with somebody where y'all are so disjointed in the first place?
What do you mean so disjointed?
What are you talking about? Y'all never see each other.
If you're in a relationship and you both have weird schedules, let's say that she works 9 to 5. And you work second shift. Maybe you don't get off until
okay. Y'all don't have off days, like
right. And I said that
you've been building this relationship all this time with this schedule,
right?
No.
What are you talking? All right, Chris, maybe you have forgotten what it's like to work a 9 to 5 because you have so much free time.
So much free time.
Bro,
I'm saying not free time. I understand you're working.
I would honestly say Chris' schedule is probably way more.
It's way worse than a 9 to 5.
I'm not saying free time.
I have flexibility.
That's what I'm saying.
I have flexibility.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying free
time.
Way
more time when I had a 9 to 5. Even when I was working overtime, I had more time.
Okay.
Honestly, Steven, you are creating these unrealistic scenarios.
I don't think it's unrealistic.
It's very unrealistic. Have you ever been in that scenario?
The scenario that I have been in was we didn't have free time because we had kids. That
scenario that you painted, you know, as far as the meeting on the mall on Saturdays, that's not a scenario that you've been in.
See, not that specific scenario.
Create a specific scenario because this is
okay. Well, specific scenario. I was working 9 to 5. Actually, it wasn't 9 to 5. I was working 10-hour days. When I got home, of course, I was tired. There's 2 children. I have to come home. I was the one cooking. I was the one cleaning up. I was doing everything. The only time that we had free time together was on weekends when I didn't work.
Well, you were the only one working, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she had all the time in the world.
Okay. So so what now? So when do we spend time together?
Well, what she could have easily done is get cleaned up, had dinner ready, got the children to bed.
That's not okay. Well, that's not what happened.
No. This is what I'm saying. These scenarios, it's like There's always other options. You're trying to pigeonhole us into this nigga. The only option we got is this 2-hour window once a week to do errands.
No,
this is ridiculous.
No, it's not about the timing. It's not even specifically about the scenario. It is. Are you willing to go and go run errands with this woman because you guys have weird schedules and you've been trying to get together? It doesn't matter if it's 2 hours. It could be 3 hours. It doesn't matter the time, right? It's just simply, are you willing to go do that? You both answered no, which I find to be weird, especially for someone you're interested in.
I think that our answer was that it's not our preference to do that.
No. Both of you said no.
No, because
you said if it's more than one errand, no. If it's 2 hours, no. You literally said that.
So there's scenarios that I admitted to that I would do it, huh?
If it was one errand,
and you kept pigeonholing me more and more.
Women don't typically.
I said I do one errand, cool, no problem. What if it's 3? And then I say no, and so now it's like no, Chris isn't willing to do it at all.
It's like he finds something that you won't do it and be like,
so you won't do it at all, huh? You'd never be open to that, huh?
Well, you know what? We're just two different people.
There's give and pull in any
different.
relationship. There's some things that trust me. There's plenty of things that I would not want to do in a relationship.
I understand.
But I'd be like, you know what? I'll do this to appease you. But this isn't going to be the norm.
It's not about. I understand, and that's what I'm saying. Like, why didn't you just say that from the beginning? You could say, I don't want.
I did say that.
No, you both were very hard in your stance.
I'm not going to set a standard that this is going to be a thing, because if this scenario did happen, it would mean it's a thing for that person. You don't realize that is a thing for women.
I do women, know that.
Okay, so then
they run errands.
So then I'm not going to set a standard that this is going to be a thing.
Is that setting a standard?
Yes, of course.
You just
do
met
you
her.
know how women think?
You just met her.
Do you know how women think?
And you've been wanting to get to know her.
Steven, do you know how women think?
So just because you do something one time, you assume that they think that's all going to be all the time.
If you
that's not true.
I mean, it's the.
You think that you do something one time? Oh, Chris came and ran errands on me one time. He's gonna do this all the time.
If I meet a girl,
I know it. Go ahead.
And
get this nigga, Chris.
And we start texting, right? And I'm like, "Good morning, beautiful." Oh, thank you so much. Da, 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 da. And then a couple days, "Good morning, beautiful." Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And then I'd stop doing it. You don't think that she's going to be like, why isn't he texting me good morning
Is something
anymore?
wrong with him?
Something wrong?
Is something wrong? What's going on?
Who started that? You or her?
What are you talking? I just explained the scenario.
Okay, you did. You started it. Right. I
set a standard.
Yes, you set a standard because
this is what we're talking about.
You actively did something.
Yes, I just said that.
That she didn't ask for.
Okay.
Okay, right. I can see that. In my scenario, that wasn't the situation. She hit you up and said, I'm in your area. Do you want to hang out?
So you think that whether they ask for it or if we initiate it, there's a difference? It's only the acceptance of it. It's only the...
I disagree.
Like, whatever. If you ask this, you're going to expect this standard. Like, no, if you decline it, she'll know not to ask.
We have come to a consensus that situation is not something that would typically happen.
Okay.
So how can you say that that's a standard?
Because it's what I'm saying is if this is an opportunity that someone's presenting as like a last ditch effort to get to know me, it's probably because they do errands. They run errands. That's a thing for them. That's why I keep trying to tell you. So, like, there are people that run errands.
Do you not, with you being so busy, do you not have things that need to be accomplished? And then at one point, you're like, dang, you know what? I need to go here, here, and here because I haven't had. So you run errands.
Oh, my God.
I understand what you're saying.
How did we get to the point where now it's about whether I run errands or not?
No, because you're saying that women run errands. I understand what you're saying. Like, some women say, oh, I got to run errands. And it's just because they want to go to Target and they want to go to Starbucks and they want to go do this and they want to go get
they want someone to accompany them.
And if you are actively interested in a woman and you are trying to get to know her, is it that bad to go do that? Listen, I'm not saying... Listen, fuck it.
I feel like we're going in a big ass loop. It's like
we just, you know what? We just see differently.
You are willing to be a passenger princess. I'm not.
Did I see? You had to get disrespectful. That's not
take
what
What's disrespectful about
you
that?
called me a passenger princess. What the fuck about that
prince.
was not disrespectful?
Okay,
car
so
seat king.
What about it was not disrespectful? If I called you a passenger princess, you're gonna be like, yeah, that's all
I'd
good.
say call me a prince.
Steven.
So if I called you a passenger princess,
Prince.
if I called you a passenger princess,
I would say you're disrespecting me because I'm a prince.
You proved
Okay.
my
I can
point.
be
All
a
right.
passenger.
Okay. Great.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
Great. So
Thank you.
a room full of women, right?
Thank
a room. I'm speaking to a room full of women. I'm a man. I'm speaking to a room full of women. All right, guys. So Is that disrespectful? Yes or no? No. It's just the way we talk.
No,
We
you
call
don't-
groups of
you
people
don't-
guys. No. Yes, we do.
No, I'm not. No, you're trying to Chris this.
I'm not trying to Chris.
You're trying to Chris this.
No, I'm trying to get
and
you
I'm
to
not going to let you,
bro.
You're not going to
passenger-
call me a passenger
Do
princess.
you know what passenger
and think
princess
that,
is?
And think that it's not disrespectful.
Do you know what it is?
It's someone who sits in the passenger seat and puts their feet on my fucking dashboard, and they put their feet out my window, and they scratch up my dash. And yes, I know what a passenger princess
that rides
is.
in the passenger seat.
A scrub.
Wow. And
Sitting on the passenger side.
they're going along for the ride.
Of his best friend.
They want to be. Are you looking up the Urban Dictionary of a passenger?
Yeah, because you're trying to Chris this, and because you can talk. And I'm not letting you, and people will hear you and be like, well, I guess he's right. And I'm not letting that happen.
Look, Prince. I don't care.
There's no such thing as a
Urban
passenger
Dictionary
prince.
describes a passenger princess as a pretty girl that has no other job but to look pretty in the passenger seat while her sneaky link boyfriend, significant other drives.
Sneaky, bro. That is
Sneaky link boyfriend or significant other
That
drives.
is a trash.
that's why I be a
definition,
prince.
bro.
Be me a prince because
There's no such thing as a passenger prince.
Right,
there's
but
a
that's
princess,
that's
there's a
my
prince.
point. So when you say, Steven, when you say, Chris, don't you want to go and just ride around with this girl and run errands with her? I think passenger princess. I don't know another definition that
I'm
I don't
sorry,
know
what do you
another
mean?
definition
Like,
that goes along with that.
You just because she's driving, you're a passenger princess?
Yeah, that's how I view it.
Just in general. If you're riding in a car and a female is driving, you're in the front seat, you're a passenger princess?
No. We are going to run errands.
That's in my cougar.
If you got a cougar,
Yeah, I mean.
What?
Or my
Bro.
sugar mama.
I'm about to say cougars don't
Sugar
drive.
mama, that's what I'm looking for.
They don't-
At the end of the
they don't
day,
drive you around like that.
calling a man a passenger princess is disrespectful. Because we all know what
I only call it
there's
disrespectful because you're not a woman.
it is
But
disrespectful.
other than that, nigga, if you going on for the ride, hey,
I'm sorry.
So then
I'm sorry.
So then we need
a pretty girl that has
Bro,
no other job.
that's not an official
But to look
definition.
pretty in the it's not a real
Let me ask you
definition.
this. Let me ask you this.
Stop trying to Chris this.
No. Let me ask you this.
Yeah,
No,
I was
I'm
right.
curious. I'm curious.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you you've heard the word passenger princess before?
Clearly.
I do get triggered.
Okay. No.
Because it was disrespectful.
No.
And he did it real sneakily.
No. You've heard it before. What did you assume it was? It wasn't that definition.
It absolutely was.
Oh, that's bull.
What, have
Steven,
you ever?
that definition is a woman that has nothing else going for her in her life. She just
I'm sorry, is
she
that
just
what
got
it
a
said?
sneaky link boyfriend.
Is that what it
like,
said?
What?
Is that what it said? Is that what that said?
Yes, a
No,
woman
that's
that
what
has
you heard.
nothing else going on in her life.
That's
she
not
just
what it
rides
said.
around with her sneaky link boyfriend.
That's not what it said.
Read it again.
Because clearly you're triggered.
again.
Because you're not even listening.
I'm triggered. Read it again.
A pretty girl that has no other job but to look pretty in the passenger seat while her sneaky link boyfriend or significant other
Stop saying or
drives.
significant other. No one cares about that part.
Okay, so just because it was sneaky link in the beginning,
So
that means
all
in
she
the car.
does
That
is
means
ride, all
that
she
means-
does is ride around in the car looking pretty.
in the
And
car
what's
during
the
this.
sneaky link part?
There's three different pieces. Have you
I'm
ever
asking you a question.
a sneaky link, a boyfriend, or significant other?
Why the sneaky link?
Because all people do is get in situationships now. So it makes sense.
That definition is
What is
the sneaky link bothers me a lot.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry. Why?
Why are you driving your sneaky link around? We meet somewhere.
All right,
I'm not driving around in the same car as you. What kind of idiot are you? It's a sneaky link. I don't even want to go out in public with you, but I'm gonna drive you around in my car.
Niggas are stupid.
You better catch an Uber.
Niggas are stupid.
Yeah, I mean, this is why we don't like start.
Or I'll pay for an Uber for you. Shoot, you know.
Yeah, I mean, see, this is what we get when we don't talk about trending topics. You know what I mean?
That was a topic. That was
get into it, Mel.
That was a trending topic.
But all right, let's get to a trending topic.
No, get into it.
Yeah, I mean, that's that kind of rubbed me the wrong way about P. Diddy and Cassie. Recently, there's video footage that released of them in a hotel, and man, did y'all? I'm assuming you both seen it.
Yeah.
And
I only watched it once.
I watched it multiple times just because there was like a 30-second video,
say this.
but then there was a
There's a longer one.
There's a 2-minute video, whatever.
I saw what I needed to see.
Yeah, true that. And so this video came out of P. Diddy, and he was basically just abusing the woman, abusing Cassie in this. Like literally, like, you know, a lot of times where you hear things and you know, you hear reports and you're like, okay, then maybe there's some benefit of the doubt, maybe there's something happened. And I always like to give different perspectives and angles and not to see it from a biased point of view, because a lot of stuff that media drives out there, you know, they paint a particular narrative. But in this particular situation, I don't think there's a narrative that a media can paint that could justify anything that he done and that did in that video or that was visible. You know, like physical violence and any type of violence. And like when I honestly saw that video, like it literally did make me cry just seeing that. Just because like I don't like physical abuse. I don't like that. And also, you know, just seeing a woman in that particular situation. That's very angering, you know. So like I didn't want to see it, but it just popped up on my timeline and I'm just like, what the hell is this? And I'm just like, oh man, this is crazy. And so upon seeing that, it's just like, man, I hope this guy, now granted, I know that things aren't going to happen, because when you're in this position, this powerful position, there's so many things that you're able to get away with because you have money. And in this video, they show physical violence, but this happened in 2016. This took place 8 years ago. And now, obviously, since, you know, P. Diddy's in the, you know, he's being pushed to the front of like being someone who's had these, you know, these freak offs and all these different parties that people have been accused of doing these heinous acts, or he's been accused of the heinous acts. I'm like, from this, I know you would need justification and clarification for any other scenario, but for this to be on film, and then the reports of it comes back and it basically duplicates everything that was already on film, and you're reading it verbatim that was already being, you know, put out there. It's just like, okay, what else out there is happening that has been, you know, put to light that is also true, but just doesn't have video evidence for it? And so it's just like, now it even further pushes that narrative that, you know, he has these freak offs with these women, you know, and all these other parties and all that stuff. It brings more validation and it solidifies this fact. But I didn't agree with this at all. Didn't like it. Didn't like the narrative. Didn't like the visual of it. And I hope, I don't know. I don't know what else could be done, because, you know, laws, there's time and all that stuff that goes by. But from this, P. Diddy should be done. You know, if it isn't done by the law from the people who would, you know, be able to represent him visually in some way, he's cooked. So what are your thoughts about this upon seeing this video?
So first off, in California, on assault, so you have simple assault or misdemeanor assault and you have felony assault. Assault charges have a 1-year statute of limitation. You have 1 year to report it. If you don't report it in 1 year, there's nothing they can do, right? They can take your report, but he's not getting arrested, right? Felony assault, which this was felony assault, it's 3 years. So legally, the statute of limitation has passed. It doesn't matter there's video. It doesn't matter, right? So let's make that very clear. Second thing, and that you were talking about, is that they basically tried to make Cassie look stupid by saying she's lying and Diddy's got all these powerful people, yada, 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 right? And she gave her police report And what the video did, it literally confirmed everything that she said in the report. And going through it line for line, when she said he picked up a vase and threw it at me, like, you can see it all in this video. What this does is it makes her an extremely credible witness, whether it be to his character for the assault, but then also if she has any information about what he has done as far as the freak-offs, sex trafficking, the videos, all of those things, what he may have in his house, these where the feds raided him, it makes her an extremely credible witness, right? And she's not just this damaged ex-girlfriend who was assaulted or going after money. Yeah. It's factually true. It makes her extremely credible, which typically in those situations, you typically look at the victim kind of with a grain of salt. Like, well, why are you doing this? Mm-hmm. Right? And what this does is it takes all of that fog away from this case and it makes everything very clear. Right? So that's very important to understand moving forward, as she is still providing information to the federal government in regards to the sex trafficking and all of his parties and all his videos and all that stuff. She's still involved. So it brings extreme credibility to her. And when they said that they raided his house originally, they had some sort of inside credible witness, and clearly it may have been her because of this. Yeah. So it was very troubling to watch. You know, just like any time that we see one of these videos, it sickens me to see that. And you know, I think that it's I don't care about the language. I think it's some bitch assness for men that do that to women. Like, if you want to be all big and bad, like, do that to another man, right? But oh no, when Diddy got his little gun charge, he had somebody else take the charge for him. Like, Diddy is a bitch, straight up, and he uses his money and the people around him to move around, and he's very sneaky, and karma is coming after him.
Yeah. Most definitely. What are your thoughts about it, Chris?
I mean, honestly, I didn't really watch the video that closely. I don't know I don't know about all these versions. I basically saw him. She was at the elevator. He like grabbed her, pulled her down to the ground. Her stuff flew everywhere, and then I saw it looked like he dragged her. So
well, he kicked her while she was down.
I think I might have seen that. I think I might.
That is insane to me.
I think I might have seen that. If it were someone else, because I've seen quote unquote domestic violence.
Yeah.
And typically domestic violence goes both ways.
Yeah.
So it's easy to demonize a man. It's extremely easy. We're stronger. We should know better. We should keep our hands to ourselves. And typically you don't ever see what the woman is doing. So if it was just this by itself, I would still have questions. But with everything that has come out about Diddy, with all of the allegations, with the lawsuit and the settlement and everything, clearly this is a habit. He's crazy. I mean, it's not even just with Cassie. It was like, period. Like over when he has a woman, I don't know if he gets about this too. But like he's crazy. I heard he dangled somebody out the window. Like the dude is unhinged, and The thing that's crazy about it to me is like this is just coming out. You're saying this is from 18 or 16?
2016.
So this is just coming. It's 2024. Mm-hmm. We're just now seeing this footage. They've been had this footage. This is why I don't believe in the justice system, none of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's like when this happened, and I'm sure she tried to say something to someone, tried to get help, tried to get justice, or whatever the case is, nothing. But now, what?
Oh, you... All I do is I fix my mouth to say something. I want you to continue your part, but I want to touch on that, but continue.
Okay, so but now it's what, like 8 years later, and now it's coming out because it's a ambulance and stuff coming against Diddy. Like, why as a society are we allowing somebody like that to treat people, whether it's men, women, or boys, like that for so long, and now all of a sudden he's just getting caught? Niggas been talking about Diddy's ways for decades. This is nothing new. This doesn't surprise me. I mean, people are coming out like, I am just so shocked, and I'm like,
I'm
really?
not shocked at all.
Like really? So it's just like, I don't know. A lot of it seems disingenuous to me. You know, I've never really been a fan of Diddy.
Really? His music?
His music.
Okay.
His music?
Like you just saying the person or
Diddy's
just
music? What music?
I mean
Diddy's?
just everything
His album?
music. Nah. I'm saying like him and Mace and him, you know what I mean? Just
No.
Diddy and
Are you saying bad boy artists? Yeah, I used to love Loon. You know, there's certain artists that
even when he did, you know, was it Make the Band, what was it called?
Making the Band.
Making the Band. Like, I mean, I enjoyed the character that he was, right? What he showed.
I mean, Diddy wasn't, to me, I mean, I probably didn't watch it as much as you. It was more about the actual band members for me.
I'm not talking about that scenario in general.
Okay, so there was a long time ago, I started hearing about these allegations about him messing with Usher and stuff like that, and how he treated his artists, you know, because him and Mace, they weren't on good. I mean, I don't know what they are now.
I don't think they're cool.
They weren't on good terms. So around that time is when I started to develop a disdain or distaste for Diddy.
I think that I'm talking about when we were young.
I mean, that was a long time ago. That was when we were young.
I mean, Diddy and Mace, I mean, okay, that was a long time when they broke up, but I didn't start hearing about Diddy being diddling until, I don't know, I was an adult.
I mean, I was a young adult. So whenever it started coming out is when I was never a fan of Bad Boy.
Okay.
Personally.
I mean, at that time, I don't know. At that time, I felt like they had a foothold on the market.
No, it's just a short period of time.
I honestly feel like that's an East Coast thing because I was.
I'm from East Coast. So.
Oh, true that. Because like, I was mainly rocking with Pac, even though I know when I think of the East Coast, I wasn't like even like Wu-Tang Clan and like a lot of the New York type artists. Those weren't prominent in my little bubble or whatever.
They were in mine.
It was like Cash Money, Bone Thugs, No Limit, Rough Riders. Well, even though Rough Riders was kind of New York.
They're definitely New York.
Yeah, but like the Bad Boy and like Rockefeller, that wasn't heavy like for me.
Okay.
It wasn't heavy for me. But yeah, I understand. But yeah, the point you was going to get on.
So, Chris, you were talking about why is this just now coming out? So, like, do you, if you are Diddy and you are extremely powerful, right? You're in a hotel. You like this is like do you not think that he had the power to suppress this video or to buy it from, you know, say here's $100,000, go get me that videotape. Somebody that works, a staffer or something. You don't think that he had the power to get that?
Clearly he didn't because it's out.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
It means something.
Could have been a copy.
What I would say is, yes, I would think he would have the power, but also that he took the video and that they got it in the raid that they recently did.
That could definitely. So they could
So you
release
think
it.
the federal government released this video?
What is that? CNN? You never know.
It was CNN is the ones they had to get this.
So weird.
It's definitely it definitely falls in line of manipulation, control. There's power behind this. There's an agenda.
He likes to. I mean, he records these things for a reason.
Like if this was 8 years ago. So like you already know, as you mentioned, is about the felonies and the misdemeanors.
Yeah.
3 years for the felonies. This is way beyond 3 years.
So there's nothing no way could do to him. So why not? Fuck it. Why not? If he likes to watch this shit.
Let's harm.
Oh yeah.
But regardless, that's going to tarnish his image.
Oh, his image is already tarnished.
For sure.
Bro.
I mean, this is even
been.
worse
No,
though. But this is different.
This is solid.
Yeah, it's
case.
so definitive.
Like, you can say what you want that he did this, and there's witnesses because there's a team of people who can team up and then get you for something that you didn't do. And if you have a bunch of people agreeing that you did it and you didn't do it, you will be looked at.
What
as
about
a
the
crazy
R.
person.
What about the R. Kelly tape?
I've never saw that, but a lot of people said they saw it. It was him.
Oh, well, and I think of that was old. But I think in that video, if I remember correctly, they were like, "Hey, you can't really see his face. You don't really know if it's him."
I never saw it, but also a lot of people they banned it because it's considered a child and it's,
Graphic.
So the thing that even if you can't, it's a little grainy with Diddy, it's the fact that she told her story first, and then this matches it directly.
Well, he actually admitted to it.
Correct.
He admitted to it and he put out an apology. I don't know. If,
recently, like
Oh yeah, I was waiting. I thought you were going to segue to that, so I didn't say anything.
I didn't see it.
It just came out
It
yesterday.
just came out, and I'm curious about the apology because I'm wondering if he has a team, because the apology was immaculate.
Was it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like he said all the right things. I mean, let's be honest. You can't talk your way out of it. But in the way of apologies, like he didn't blame her. He didn't make excuses. He said he takes full responsibility. He said he's working on himself. He's growing. He said he seek professional help. I said,
you're talking all of that, yeah.
I was like, yo,
the
this,
right thing.
Yes.
All right, well, let's play
It's the best apology you can give for something.
How long is this shit?
It's like 30 seconds, 45 seconds.
In your life, sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up.
Nigga, you still fucked up.
I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses.
His neck all stretched out.
On that video is inexcusable.
Now he want to talk about it. Man, fuck this
Take
dude.
full responsibility.
Nigga, you ain't got no choice.
In that video, disgusted.
This is acting.
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, go into rehab. Had to ask God for His mercy and grace.
Nigga, I don't care about this apology. This apology means nothing.
I'm so sorry.
Nigga, fuck you, nigga. I don't care about this
Be a
shit.
better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness.
See, he don't want your forgiveness.
Nah.
I'm truly sorry.
Nigga, then who you apologizing to, nigga?
Now, had he put this apology out beforehand,
Yep.
it would have hit way, like, understanding what you've done to her, the lawsuit, everything like that. If he would have got ahead of it and been like, look, me and her, it was a very passionate relationship. It's easy to go from love to hate. There's some things that I did to her that were inexcusable. Like if he would have got ahead of it, then it would have really nullified. Not nullified, but it would have really took a lot of the wind out of the sails of this video.
Right.
But the fact that he's doing as reactionary,
He put out there was a post that I saw, and it wasn't the original because I'm not on Twitter, but it was a post, and he said that all these allegations, everything that everybody's saying about me, is all a lie. And then I don't know when that was, but it was recent. But then that came out, and it's like, so Diddy, it wasn't a lie, right? So it's like, and I agree with you. If you would have come out and when this all happened, even if you still settled, right? Even if you only save some money, whatever, because for real, you probably could have gave her more money and then set up an NDA or something like that, right? So she will pay you and you can't talk about me. You can't tell.
I mean, usually they come hand in hand.
Right. So if he went about it that way, then that's something that, that could have happened, and maybe this comes to light, maybe it doesn't. Maybe he doesn't get raided, right? But that's not him. He's powerful. He's untouchable. That's where his head is. What are you gonna do to me? I'm Puff Daddy. Like, I'm Diddy. I'm the diddler. Like, what are you gonna do to me? Like, just imagine this nigga's ego.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you were a billionaire and you had, like, imagine your ego.
Yeah. But this is my point. And this is why who Mel? You said it was acting, Steven? One of y'all?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the point, right? You're not truly sorry. You're not truly repentful because once again, I've seen this type of stuff firsthand.
Everyone does it.
You know what I mean? No, I'm saying like the abuse.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've seen this firsthand. I understand the intricacies of a relationship between men and women. I've seen both sides of it. I understand when someone's truly upset and sorry about something. Like, I get it. This is obviously just an act. All I'm saying is it was a good apology from a PR perspective. Yeah. Had it come beforehand, because, I'm sure this is not the first time, because what was his wife? That girl that he had them children with that died?
Kim Porter. And
Kim
people
Porter?
are saying that he probably killed her.
I mean, they've been saying that.
Didn't he beat up J-Lo? Or
I don't think he beat up J-Lo. I think we would know about that one.
Okay, it was. I think maybe I'm thinking just the gun thing, that situation, because she was.
All I'm saying is
he has a lot of smoke on his name.
Bro, I'm surprised Right now, he's still skating jail because people are like, "Oh, that's it. Diddy's over. This is damning evidence," and it's like he's not in jail.
It is. I personally, from my research, I don't like to research this stuff because I don't know, it's weird. But from what I have seen, professionally, what they are saying is that when the federal government raids your house, the federal government doesn't miss. Like, they have like a 98% conviction rate, period. Like, history. The federal government, they don't charge you unless you are, they have 100% evidence.
Case, yeah.
Right? So if you go up against the federal government, 98% of the time, you're going to lose, right? So what the feds do is they will let you stay out 2, 3, 4 years, and they'll collect evidence. They'll collect the case. They'll put everything together. They raided his house. Do you think that they didn't get stuff? They're following up. They're getting witnesses. He may be out for another 2, 3 years. This doesn't help him, right? So, just because nothing has happened now does not mean that Diddy's cool.
No,
it's absolutely coming.
I feel like there's going to be more.
Sure.
Because, like, it does feel as if, Cat Williams set the precedence of what's going to happen.
Cat Williams set the whole year on fire.
He said, "This is the year of the truth. The truth shall be revealed."
Set it on fire.
Every month we have something. I saw you probably see it on Twitter, but there was a calendar that somebody was making, and every month they were updating it. I saw it. I think it was April, and every month they were updating it. And now since then, they need to add May, the Drake and Kendrick beef, right? I mean, just all this stuff.
There's no chill mode. We got wars in other countries. We got men dressing as women. Women think that they can be men.
This year, this 2024.
Yeah. God. It's 2024. I mean, but it's like it every year. We're like, man, 2023.
I don't know, man. I feel like this year's
2022. Man,
I feel like this year's been pretty crazy.
It's every time. We live in this damn society where it's always something exciting or something that's heart-wrenching, something that's going to get your attention. There's something. And the funny thing is, like, I'm aware of this, like, crap. All this stuff that's happened outside of me. I literally have no control over this.
Nah, we're just watching. It's
just like we're consistently an audience and just we're either going to clap our hands, be a critic, give a bad review. But this is just part of the world that we're in.
The world is a stage.
We are in a complete fucking theater. We're in theater right now, man. But to bring it back to Diddy briefly, I don't think that this will be the end of what else is going to be exposed. I feel like maybe he did something to like the people that are in power because they're basically taking the leash off him in a sense, and
his time is up.
Yeah, like they're giving him this lavish life, this illusion of power. Like, oh, you really think that you're in control? Let's show you who's really in control. And then they'll start spiraling out of control. Because there was also one point in time of like, well, since this has happened, they're like, yeah, they're going to get Jay-Z next. And I'm just like, they're waiting for the next person who's in this power to get exposed for something. And then like Jay-Z was trending. It's like, as far as they're going to try to get Jay-Z for something, I'm thinking like, man, what the hell could Jay-Z be doing, man?
I mean, I'm going to put it like this. And I think that we can all, let me just put it like this. Any of these billionaires in this space, none of them are innocent.
At all. Yeah.
None of them.
Like, that's like a sucker reality to come to the conclusion with.
Like what did Jay-Z do? That's just our love for the music talking.
No, it's where there's smoke, there's fire. There's no smoke.
Well, there was no smoke on Diddy for real.
There was consistent smoke with Diddy.
I mean,
not necessarily around like abusing women, but having guns with Shine.
Right.
And
I'm talking about like the sex trafficking children. Like, we knew he was doing the freak offs and stuff. Like, bro, if you're a freak and you want to have fun, that's fine. If you want, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the stuff that he's looking at being charged. Like, he's gonna go to jail for the rest of his life for.
Yeah.
Like that stuff is.
But I'm just saying, like, what are the equivalent things you've heard about Jay? Is one of them.
Well, I mean, it comes at some point. Well, at some point it came with Diddy.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like, for Diddy, it's been like this is not new,
Yeah, he's all
Sex trafficking?
bro. Like,
just like his name being touted with something negative.
right?
I mean,
Consistently.
Consistent.
Listen, I don't keep up enough to answer that question. I don't
You
have a
need
rebuttal.
to. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like with Diddy, it was overt.
Well, that's
It
like
was-
if-
it-
Like you even hear about the dealings of his publishing, how he do people,
Right.
right. I mean, for sure.
hanging people up. Like, come on.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, maybe Jay just
Blowing
did a
up
better.
cars.
Maybe Jay did a better job of
right.
keeping his stuff.
I'm
under
not
wraps.
saying Jay's innocent. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying with Diddy, it's like you saw the writing on the wall.
And like even in a situation where Jay could have been seen in the wrong when he was in the elevator with Solange, he wasn't doing anything. He was taking all the hits. His mannerisms, the way he carried himself in that particular moment, you be like, oh man, shit. People like, man, Jay-Z they didn't go after Solange.
Yeah.
They was like, oh, Jay-Z handled himself well. They handled himself properly. Instead of just saying like, this man is getting assaulted.
No,
You know?
that which is some bullshit. But that's a whole nother.
But it's just like, even like with him and Dame Dash, there was just a feud between friends. You don't hear about the law getting broken or all these negative things, except for like the cocaine stuff earlier in his life when he was selling.
And he had there was a stabbing, I think, in a club early on.
Yeah, but that comes with the life of being someone who's in the streets.
Yeah.
You know, Diddy is someone who's been established as a professional, this entrepreneur, this billionaire, this black excellence, this vibe, vote or die, this type of thing.
Fuck that nigga.
You know what I mean?
remember
So it's
that.
just like Jay-Z has never, like, there will be people who look down upon his relationship with Beyonce because she's much younger than him or so. But we don't know the intricacies of when they met, and this is like a he
I
say, she say
did
type thing.
hear that he was messing with like Little Kim or something when she was underage. Or something.
But the same thing happened with Will Smith, where we are just now starting to hear
With
stuff.
his relationship, though. With his relationship with Jada, like what? Like
No, like how he messes with dudes.
No, that's
I never heard about that.
That's been
About him messing with dudes.
His bodyguard coming out and telling him like he likes dudes.
That's been
That's part of why him and Jada don't get along, because she knows he likes dudes.
No,
She wants a man. That's why she likes Pac, and she was cheating on him. Like, you never heard that?
I haven't.
This is, I mean, when I say new, 2-3 years?
No. We heard that rumor.
Oh, okay. Well, what I'm saying is that it always starts small. What do you think that this is the beginning for Drake? We're just starting to hear something, right?
Shit, now Kendrick got me thinking. You know what I mean?
Right? He's got everyone thinking. He's got the whole
embassy about to be
He
raided.
has the whole world looking at Drake's. They're pulling Twitter and pictures and videos. Like, now, granted, certain things are gonna come out, certain things aren't. But there may be people that are like, you know, girl, they know something and they haven't said anything yet. Like it always starts somewhere, and then it grows. So who knows? Maybe Jay-Z's clean. Maybe he's not. I don't know.
I mean, I doubt it.
But I'm saying you don't get to be
And I'm
that
a Jay-Z
big
fan.
I know, and so
But-
I take everything you say with a grain of salt.
He's a fan, but you know it'd be delusional.
I'm not delusional. I was a very big fan of Will Smith too.
Yes, nigga.
And when I knew Will Smith was gay, is I saw him in that movie. I don't know, man. He's like wearing a pink shirt. He's gay in the movie. It was one of his first movies that he did. I said,
Hitch? No,
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 one of his first movies.
One of his first
I don't
movies.
think it was a big movie. I heard about that one. where
He's
he
literally
played
gay
some
in the
shit.
movie.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
Of course you haven't.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he's gay. I'm like, okay, he's gay. But I seen that movie years and years ago. Long time.
Did he kiss a man in the movie?
Maybe, yeah, maybe so. I don't know if I watched the whole movie. I don't,
if
you
I
know,
watched
what I'm
that
saying?
shit.
It's kind of,
I don't want to watch that shit.
yeah.
You're not gonna see that, huh? Because I'm like, I know, I've seen
I can't
every
even
Will
think-
Smith movie.
I can't even think of the name of it. Even when I looked it up years ago, like the name of the movie didn't even resonate or ring a bell.
I don't think it was a big movie. It's probably like one of those.
I feel like every Will Smith movie is big. Period.
I think it's one of those films that. What's those that don't get?
Independent.
Maybe an independent film, but maybe like a like more like a one shot. You know how they make an anime? See, I can only go back to my anime. but where they make to show you what it should be, but a pilot. That's the word I'm looking for. A pilot film.
No.
6 Degrees of Separation.
Oh, that's a gay film?
This is what came up, but he's looking fucking gay. I mean, just some of the pictures from the movie. He's looking real sweet. And it's old. This is 93.
Look, there he is kissing the dude right
Yeah.
there. At the top. All the way up. There he is right there.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Nobody wants to see that.
I don't like seeing gay shit.
It's one of his first movies, bro. What do you think?
Yeah.
Like, they got him early.
Yeah.
He wasn't like that before he got in the industry.
They probably tested
I
him.
heard Quincy Jones turned him out.
Yeah, that
That's how he got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
This was before Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
And so then they gave him. Wow.
It's probably the ritual.
Yes. Man, come on, y'all. Look
Yeah,
at
I-
Will.
Well, I'm saying I
Will
know.
Smith.
Obviously, we understand because he said it. I'm with you. I've never even heard this movie, so I'm trying to.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't think no one
I liked
disagree
him
with
in
you.
spite of that because I understand that's one piece of it, you know, and if you get turned out, whatever, that doesn't take away from your work ethic, your ability, you know what I mean, things of that nature. So I still had a lot of respect for him, but I've been known that he was on that. What else you got, Mel? Because I got something, and you know, I'm running out of time.
I mean, if you want to rap, we can, but I figure we could talk about just.
Are you saying you
No,
have
I
something
got-
as
I
in
have
you have a
something,
topic?
yeah.
He said
Oh
he has a
yeah.
topic.
If you have a topic.
Yeah, and we could rap after that.
Oh, after your topic.
Well, I mean,
is
it
it,
don't
is it
sound like you
sad,
got-
angry? I don't want the mood to
No,
be.
it's not.
Okay, do you think?
We already got the angry
It's
topic
lit.
done.
All right, let's keep it. lit.
Terrance Howard finally got invited.
Man, no,
to
I didn't get
Joe
to watch
Rogan.
it yet. I literally have it.
I was gonna send it to you. I'm like, he's gonna see it.
I have it. I didn't have time.
I watched it. I
I want to watch it.
I don't care. I don't even know what you said because Mel got so excited.
because I literally
All I heard was
have it
Terrance Howard, and Mel starts yelling.
because I'm excited to watch.
Well, that
fucking
means that
interview.
they probably didn't hear it.
Okay, I'll just talk about what you already know.
Say it. Say what you said again.
Terrance Howard got an interview. It was like 3 hours 9 minutes on Joe Rogan.
I'm gonna watch that bitch as soon as after I finish editing this.
Are you
video.
not familiar with Terrance Howard?
I'm familiar with Terrance Howard and Joe Rogan. I don't know the significance of this.
Then you're not familiar with Terrance Howard. When I say, are you familiar
okay,
with Terrance Howard? You're thinking actor, Empire.
I mean, no. I understand that what he's been doing recently.
Okay.
But I don't follow him.
Do you understand what he's doing? Because
I don't understand
Because
the
It's okay to say no.
You said that, but there's the way you're reacting. There's no way.
No.
Terrance Howard has basically pulled the rug. You ever heard me use the term math magician?
Yes.
He's pulling the rug from underneath the math magicians. And the math,
So I know this.
right?
Okay.
Okay. Do you? You're just talking, bro. You don't know. You don't understand.
I understand.
You don't
I've
understand.
seen.
Just go.
We're talking about the understanding that he is providing is basically taking us from the Stone Age to future. We're talking about transparent aluminum. We're talking about starships with real force fields.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about free energy, like real free energy devices. We're talking the information that allowed you to build the Great Pyramids. We're talking, he figured it out.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I know.
And you know the interesting part is, like, even if you just read the comments, because you know Joe Rogan's back on YouTube. Even if you read the comments,
Wait, he was gone?
yeah,
He had that
he was exclusive to
with
Spotify.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I've okay, yeah.
But if you read the comments under the Terrance Howard video on Joe Rogan, there was a comment under there that said, if Cat Williams and Terrance Howard was to have a conversation, they would just be sitting there nodding their head, telling them yes. Yes.
No one's talking. They're just nodding.
Yes, because it's so intricate. Because, man, like, that Terrance Howard, his thought process, it's just like his first, like, within a minute, the conversation is like, Joe Rogan's like, how did you even begin all of this? And then this is what I saw. He was just like, he asked me, do you remember your first memories? And he said, Joe was like, nah, I don't remember. His first memories was him being in the womb. like being first born, and then he sees something that comes by, and he thought it was his friend, but it was actually his hand. And he remembers this, and he's telling himself to remember this stuff while he's in the womb. So if that doesn't make you want to be like, what the hell is this conversation about? Warriors about to go, bro. I'm so excited.
So
to watch
I've known that Terrance Howard has been speaking, and I've seen him speaking at like colleges.
No, you saw him speak at like one college.
Okay, I mean maybe I've seen different parts of that clip.
Maybe
but I've seen him speaking about math. I don't know. Whoa, what Terrance Howard?
No. I'm not trying to play. I'm not trying to play.
I have a very
you aware.
Right, I understand.
Not
I just
enough
don't
to be
know
waiting for it, though.
Huh?
Not enough to be waiting for it.
No, I don't.
Bro, I've been waiting for
Bro,
this.
same here. I was just like, him and your boy Benjamin Carson, Billy Carson.
Yeah.
Billy Carson. He should be
He just confirmed what Terrance Howard was saying.
Right.
He did a. I didn't watch it, but he did something
because he was on Andrew Schultz podcast.
Who was
Billy Carson?
Oh, was he?
Amazing.
He went all
amazing.
Out. He went all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But the continue with the Terrance Howard.
Yeah, man.
You don't want to spoil it for you.
That's all good. I'm about to go watch it.
No, because I can't. Right? It's 3 hours. I can't spoil it. I can't.
Yeah.
But I'm just giving so basically, bro. Okay, so there's a dude. His name is Nature Jab, and he's turning plastic back into oil.
Nature Jab.
Oh, the black dude.
Yeah. Nature Jab. The science that the periodic table that Terrance Howard just made us aware of, really, it already existed. It explains how you could take something from one state back to its original state. It kind of, in my opinion, it explains it because, it's about perception, how we perceive matter, and there's certain levels of matter that we can't perceive, and we're just seeing certain layers of it, and so there's an experiment where they put like ink in this gelatin, this solution that suspends the ink, and then they're able to turn it. I can't explain how this thing works, but they're able to turn it, and then it goes from just those individual ink blobs into a blob of color, right? You just see just all the color mixed. And then they're able to turn it back around and bring all those ink blobs to their original state. We always thought that was impossible.
If they're mixed together?
We think that if something's mixed together, it's random. It's not. So what the experiment shows is there's an order to everything. Terrance Howard explains that order.
So you can literally take them out, like even if you mix red, blue, green, whatever, you can take the green out, the red out.
You can take them back out and bring them back to
how
their
the hell
original
you
state.
do that when they're
crazy.
mixed?
That's like taking milk out of fucking coffee or sugar
after
out of
it's already
Kool-Aid.
mixed.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
But this is the point. That experiment on its own is like, wow. It just tells you. It just tells you like there's nothing random. That's all it tells
something
you.
here we don't know.
But Terrance Howard, through his Euclidean geometry, or I don't even know the name of it. I think it's called Euclidean. I don't know. I could be using the wrong word. But anyway, he basically tells, now, okay, when you take bubbles, right? I watched this video. It's like a late time talk show from like the 90s or something, 80s or something. And there was this guy, maybe called the bubble guy, I don't know. But he would do all these really cool things with bubbles. And he got fascinated with bubbles. And if you take like bubbles, if you start taking bubbles and letting them connect, they don't pop and turn into one bubble. They create bigger bubbles, and the bubbles has a certain shape, and inside the bubbles you can see certain shapes and stuff. Terrance Howard explains why bubbles do that. And he explains where they got the Euclidean solids or whatever they're called. It's the shapes, certain geometric shapes like a pyramid and octagon and all this stuff. It's basically they took the averages of these lines or these curves that these bubbles make. So these bubbles make these shapes and these curves, and they're taking the average and they're drawing these straight lines through the bubbles, and that's how they're getting the shapes, because all the shapes have these straight lines. But he's like, in reality, nature doesn't create straight lines. Now, I already knew that. Because if you study plants, if you study nature, there's no straight lines in nature. They don't make straight lines. So I already knew that to be true. But when you really start thinking about it, it's like, why doesn't nature make straight lines? It's because everything is energy. If everything's energy, every energy is always expressed in a wave. And waves always are curved. So there's no such thing as a straight line, but they're trying to say that the basic fundamental building blocks of our reality are these straight lines. So it was always wrong. It was always wrong. And because all the science is based on these straight lines and this improper understanding of our reality, there's certain limitations that we have. Our laws of physics, it's like a prison. This is why the greatest innovation, when you look at Nature Jab, the greatest innovation we have from people that weren't formally trained, they don't understand these laws, right? They're just going off what they see and understand from nature. And so he's basically highlighting what he calls the negative space. So when these bubbles come together, there's a negative space. There's a space where they don't touch. There's a shape made in the negative space, and he's accounting for the negative space. Whereas with the traditional math, they don't account for the negative space. They pretend like it doesn't exist, but it's very important and it exists. And by understanding that negative space, we can now manipulate matter in a way that we could never do before, because we are taking into account that negative space that they just basically be like, it doesn't exist. And he also talked about zero. He's like, zero doesn't exist. You know, like the zero is a human construct. They just made it up because in nature there's no zero. It's you're either going this way or you're going that way, and it's a constant progression. There is no zero line. Because there's no straight lines. There's no zero. It doesn't exist. So anyway, the conversation, this was the first time, and this is why Mel's so excited. It's the first time that he's got to sit down and explain it. Now, the thing about Terrance Howard is he's not a professor. He's not a teacher. The way he explains it is going to go over your head. Like, you have to, the concepts, the verbiage and everything. It's like, if you just have never studied this before, you're going to be like, what is he talking about? And it's easy to dismiss what he's saying because it sounds crazy if you don't understand it. I just so happen to have studied Nikola Tesla because when I became an electrician, I learned about Tesla. Because Tesla, like what he was doing with electricity was leaps and bounds ahead of what we have now. You know, so I became fascinated with it, and he gives little clues, little breadcrumbs. Terrance Howard starts the process of explaining it. Instead of those little breadcrumbs, like, if only you could understand 9, 6, and 3 or whatever. He's like, no, this is exactly what it means. So anyway, it's incredible. Steven, I know it's not something that's probably on your radar, but I highly recommend that you go and watch it. Mel, I know you're already going to watch it. I told John to watch it last night. And you really need another 6 hours because he doesn't break things like you're not. All right. So anyway, there's that side of it. Now you talk about practical application of this, because that's all anybody really cares about. The science and stuff, nobody cares how a car works. They just like the Audi. They like driving. They like going fast, right? All right. Now, what excited me, and Mel, you already know about this, is his tangential flight. What this means is you have a center of gravity, a center of mass, okay? And then you have the ability to fly around your own center of mass. So what it essentially does is it almost removes your interaction with quote unquote gravity. It basically allows you to move freely through in the medium, whatever you're in, right? Whether it's the air, the water, space, whatever. It doesn't exist anywhere except UFOs. It's the only time you've ever seen it. Is with you know, how they describe how UFOs move. In addition to that, because he understands the periodic table more succinctly, from what I'm understanding, he understands it perfectly. He was able to he understands how molecules interact at a much higher level. So, for example, Cat Williams talks about how you can have the ingredients. Water is the only thing you got the ingredients to, and you can't make it, right? Yeah. So Terrance Howard kind of explains how you can supersede the bond between hydrogen and oxygen, and then he created a plasma gun because he can create. Damn, I do make a plasma. Bro, he made a plasma gun, but he patented as a gun, but he's going to use it for propulsion. As a propulsion system, because it is essentially free energy. He said through tone or through electrical frequency. He basically puts water in a space where it is not allowed to evaporate. It's not allowed to turn into gas and evaporate, and so it turns into pure plasma. because of what he does, and he puts a frequency through it that breaks the bonds between hydrogen and oxygen, and then it comes out as pure plasma. And he's basically created a propulsion system that will work in space, right, or just in any environment, pretty much.
Wow.
Like when I say Star Trek,
Yeah.
like I'm not BSing. Like he understand now. Once again, I've done research on this stuff. Terrance Howard is not. This is not the first time I've heard this, so I'm grasping it a little bit better. There was an inventor in the 1900s who created a scooter. It was like a levitating scooter, and he used these bug wings, the wings of these beetles, to create this scooter. And they said he could move up to 1,000 miles an hour instantaneously. He had he basically wasn't affected by gravity at all, which means that he can move at 1,000 miles an hour, but he's not worried about crashing, or he was unaffected by the atmosphere and everything around it. His hat would stay on his head. Like, it was just something that's basically out of this world. And obviously niggas was like, that's obviously fake. And now it's like Terrance is explaining how it works. Like, it's fascinating, and I feel vindicated to a degree, because I know, Mel, if you remember our old podcast, I would talk about stuff like this on our old podcast, and I'm like, and it's like, Chris, conspiracy, not you, but like, he's used conspiracy theories, you just like to believe stuff, and I'm like, no, like, it resonates with me.
Yeah.
Right? So now that Terrance can explain it, and he's not just explaining it, by the way, he has patents on this technology. And if anybody understands how patents work, if it's not real, if it don't work, you don't get a patent on it. You can't just, I created the propulsion system for the Starship and this is how it works. No, that patent you only get the patent if it works. It's got to be tangible. It's got to be real. So the patent is factual evidence that what he's talking about is real. So everybody try to play him. Oh, stay in your lane, keep acting, nigga, da 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 da. And it's like,
I hate niggas like that.
It's so annoying, because if you just understood just a fraction of what he was saying, you'd see he's not lying.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much. Like, when he talks about the flower of life and all of that stuff, like, forget Terrance Howard. That's not exclusive to Terrance Howard.
Just listen to the information. Forget the person who's giving it, or however you perceive this actor or whatever.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things that, like, the reason why I also get excited is because, like, the minds of those type of individuals, like a Cat Williams, who takes you to these unbelievable places that you think are unreal, but it comes to fruition. Like, even the way he speaks, like, a lot of times when Cat Williams speaks, or Terrance Howard, they speak from a level of understanding, similar to how when we were talking about you come off as a know-it-all. It's because I have a different level of knowledge and understanding. So with this knowledge, it's hard not to express things the way that I do, and me wanting you to lift that, to see that the veil has been placed over you, and I'm trying to relinquish you from that veil, And a lot of this information, when Chris speaks on it, resonating with you, it's like you have a deeper, not necessarily you have a deeper understanding, and also you have a different level of connection to it. And so I get excited because I feel like more of the truth is being exposed. It's being exposed, and also it's enabling people to experience it. And like, what other platform than Joe Rogan would be the best platform for people to be exposed to that? Unless he went on Club Shay Shay.
See, no. He wouldn't get this exposure on Shay Shay.
I think he would. It probably wouldn't be to the level.
It wouldn't be to the level of Joe Rogan. And when I say exposure, we're not talking about our community, because yes, it would be the same for us, but for the world, no.
Yeah.
On the world stage, Joe Rogan is the #1 platform.
Yeah.
It's not CNN. It's not TikTok. There's not a platform. So the thing about it is, so he's been working on this for decades, right? He came up with the technology that Microsoft, Amazon, and all these huge companies use for their augmented reality. He has the patent for the technology like that they use. It's like a fundamental platform that they use to build these technologies off of. And the reason why he's not getting credit is because he lost his patent was abandoned because he didn't pay the $200. There's like a fee you got to pay to keep your patents. And he didn't pay it because of a whole thing with his ex-wife, right? So he lost the patents. So then as soon as he lost the patent for it, all these huge companies, I mean, the biggest companies you could think of, IBM, all of them, came, boom, they started using the technology. Well, what I just found out is because they used his technology and built all of this incredible stuff off of his technology, he can then use any technology that was built from his patent.
Oh.
Because he was the original patent holder. So now, even though they have cornered the market on certain things, because he's the original patent holder, he could take everything they built and apply it to anything that he wants.
And they can't do anything.
And there's nothing he can do about it because it's his technology to begin with.
Yeah.
So, in addition to how they're using it, he also, because he's like, they don't even fully understand how to use it. He's like, they have a gun and they're using it like it's a stick. You know what I'm saying? He was like, so the stuff that, and he's getting more patents, and the stuff that he's planning to do, bruh, it's so exciting. Like, he came out with a wind turbine that is like an ultra efficient wind turbine because of the shape he's using, those linchpin, this shape he came up with, that he discovered, I should say, and he's using completely different shapes. His model for the tangential flight uses props right now, but he said soon enough we won't be using props. We'll be using something. I'm like, bro, this is like, he said for propulsion, because he's talking about traveling different planets. So he believed in outer space and different planets and all that stuff, which my thing is like, I don't necessarily don't believe in it. It's just how it's presented. I don't believe in it. Mm-hmm. So I always give him and Billy Carson, I always give them, a little leeway there because I anyway. So he was like, there is a way to decouple from the centrifugal force of the Earth or the galaxy or the sun, right? Like, he's like, we understand through the fake science or whatever that I call it fake science, that our galaxy is moving at a certain speed, our Earth's moving at a certain speed. He was like, in order to travel, you don't have to propel yourself there. You just decouple. And then the universe moves away from you, and you could travel places by decoupling from certain gravitational fields or whatever. And he does debunk gravity. So I'm using the word gravitational pull and field just for, so people understand what I'm saying. But he does describe it as electromagnetic or magnetism. You know what I mean? And so gravity in his world is just a
electronic pull.
Well, yeah, it's an effect of a greater force. They're trying to make it seem like gravity is God and gravity is just like an effect.
I mean, that makes sense. That's a good way to kind of explain it. I've never thought of it that way.
It's a very
what is gravity?
Right. Well, he explained because they can't explain gravity, right?
Yeah.
He's explaining it, but the problem is if they explain it properly, now you understand that gravity's not what it's all, made up to be, and now it starts to unravel. Right. So, yeah. He through some computer system he was able to explain Saturn. He was able to reconstruct Saturn through inputting data into this computer system, and he was literally able to create Saturn with the rings. And apparently Saturn has a hexagon shape at the top of it, which I didn't even know about. He was able to replicate all of this through just inputting certain data into this computer system, and it animates itself. It literally comes to it, bro. When y'all see this,
I wonder how Joe Rogan is going.
Bro, Joe,
like how you know.
Joe, in the beginning of the podcast, Joe Rogan's doing his normal thing, right? But that lasts 5 seconds, and Joe Rogan is just like the rest of the interview, he's just like.
It's like you don't even know what to ask. Like, they can just tell me more. You know what I mean?
Joe Rogan, this is what's so important about Joe Rogan's response to it. Joe Rogan talks to the brightest minds this side of the century, right?
Yeah.
Like, and he has a high capacity for absorbing information and questioning things. So Joe Rogan is the ultimate interviewer. So when Joe Rogan is just like, because usually what he'll do is he will push back on what you're saying by bringing someone else's ideology in or someone else's thesis. But Terrance Howard crushes it all because he's like, this is not a thesis. This is not what I think. This is what it is. And here's the proof.
Yeah.
Here's the proof. You can't refute it. There's no there. He's like, I will debate. I will have a conversation with anybody. He reached out to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Of course, Neil deGrasse Tyson waved him off.
I would love that.
He
I
would-
would love
That'd
to
be
see
great.
somebody debate
He
him.
would
though.
obliterate any academic. And this is what I have said. I've said this. I just said this like last week. I'm like, bro, in modern times, scientists are all theoretical scientists.
Yeah.
They're all theoretical. It's gone from true science, what we've been
Actually
told,
trying stuff.
experimenting
Yeah.
and getting results, to theory.
Just memorization.
It's memorizing
They
and
just memorize
it's math magicians, right? And Terrance is like, I'll debate any of them because all they have is theories. It's a flawed fundamental belief system. Like it's flawed. It's designed to be proven wrong. Terrance is like, I have the proof, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's no one can debate it. There's not a debate. And I'm like, so for the first time in my life, I'm intrigued by this science because it resonates. Science, I've always loved science, but it's always been a question mark. It's like, what about this? That doesn't make sense. It's like, it doesn't really make sense. I'm intrigued. I'm to the point where I'm like, okay, I understand enough of it to be able to kind of get the gist, but I need to actually dive deeper so I can. But it's like, where do you learn it? You got to just learn it from him.
Yeah. It's like, I want him to just teach a class, but I'd sign up.
Ooh.
Like if he did like an online course or some shit, I would sign up.
He has a book. 1 × 1 = 2, I think is what it's called. So.
That guy's the truth. So make sure y'all check that Terrance Howard out. I'm gonna make sure after I edit this podcast. You know what I mean?
Steve, you enticed?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're obviously different people, and I don't have enough information, but
Man,
I'm very.
I've been looking for new Terrance
Bro,
Howard
he
videos.
even you never see him, right?
Never see him. When I saw him on Draw, I was like, finally.
Yep. He even read the Secret Life of Plants. Bro, first of all, the fact that he read that book just tells me
It
something.
speaks to his knowledge.
The secret. Oh my God, that book, man, you gotta read that book. That book is crazy.
Secret Life of Plants.
That book is crazy. You learn so much about plants, metal. Everything is alive. Everything is alive. Metal will have a reaction. What? Not to heat or cold, but to thoughts and environments. And it's a reaction metal should not have.
Everything has life.
Everything's alive.
It's just different than how we understand it.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's it.
Woo! Talk to him. Application knowledge, baby. What you thought this was? We ain't one of them ratchet podcasts out there.
I started off a little ratchet, but
Yeah, we had set the tone. You know what I mean? Because we was getting
catch the viewers.
we was getting some dark territories. You know what I mean? But we appreciate y'all rocking out with us once again. We are the Application Knowledge Podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, and all that beautiful stuff that support us. You know, do all that. And yeah, we will see you beautiful people next time. Take care. I am Animated Mel. Chris James, Stephen Michael. You all take care. Peace and love. Bye-bye.